being in this unmarked car, these types of violations occur more frequently, and you get to witness that.
191, red Charger outside lane.
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
Motion DSP has been supporting the law enforcement industry for over 15 years with their robust suite of video and audio redaction and enhancement software. Forensic enhancement software allows users to quickly process any video file format using patented super resolution algorithms and enhancement filters. Get forensically valid evidence from low quality video in minutes instead of hours. In just 3 easy steps: import, enhance, and export. Spotlight was built specifically for redaction and was designed to work with video from any camera source. Using the Motion DSP algorithms and object tracking technology, Spotlight automates the process of blurring faces and other identifiable information, saving users countless hours compared to the manual frame-by-frame redaction. And I can tell you, it takes forever to blur faces. All right, so here's the free stuff. Motion DSP is offering the Not Squad members a special offer of a free 1-week trial and 10% off any annual subscription with code NOD10. That's NOD10. If you'd like to know more about this awesome software that streamlines your workflow, click the link in the description. All right, let's get back to the video.
What's up, guys? It's me real quick here in the breezeway for a briefing. It's good right here, guys. Just needed to get out of that sun. It's hot out there. So real quick, guys, just we're gonna do an aggressive driving enforcement detail. Just you guys know what you're doing. Really nothing different. Let's just focus on people driving recklessly, people driving aggressively. Nick from Police Vlogs is here with us today. He's gonna highlight what you guys do. So again, just focusing on aggressive drivers, reckless drivers, people driving a little bit too fast out there. You don't have to do anything different today. Do what you do every day, what you normally do. Just be safe and back each other up.
Welcome back to another episode of Police Vlogs, where we go around the nation checking out police agencies and the different units that they have to offer. Today, not only are we featuring an awesome unit or detail, but we have some pretty dope rides. Check them out. Gentlemen, what's up, bro? Good to see you, good to see you, good to see you. There he is. What's up?
So today we're showcasing our aggressive driving enforcement fleet vehicles. As you can see, they're a little different than our traditional cars. They're unmarked vehicles, different lighting packages. And the purpose of these vehicles is to address people that are driving a little recklessly out here on the roadways, driving carelessly, driving a little bit too fast, and just putting other people in danger.
Yeah, and I see you have a variety. You have this Mustangs, and then you have a ghosted FHP Charger. I've never seen that before.
No, there's not a lot of them, and that's kind of the purpose, not to really see them too much. We don't want them to stand out so much like the traditional paint scheme, which is really out there to serve as a deterrent, to really stand out and people to see that car and to obey the traffic laws out there. These cars are a little different. They're focused at people, like I said, driving aggressively, and that's why maybe you haven't seen it before. They don't really stand out so much.
But the Not Squad's getting the first look.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So LT, these things are backed up like car show-esque. So why don't we run these things down, huh?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hey, so we brought today 2 of our Mustang GT 5.0s assigned to the South Florida area, again, for the aggressive driving, enforcement, and patrol. Let's start with the rundown of the car, starting at the front here. Of course, the iconic Mustang emblem in the front, the blue LED lights behind the grille, so they're not as visible when they're not activated. Same with the strobe light that was integrated into the factory lens here, not visible at all when not activated. Moving up further along, we have the OEM factory hood scoops for the air induction of the engine. 5.0 V8 making 460 horsepower overall. Again, unmarked car, no light bar on the roof. So we use the same lighting as we do with our slick top vehicles. It's the interior visor light bar, which runs across the entire front windshield. Lighting for the side here, the blue smaller LEDs, again, very important when attempting to clear intersections. 18-inch wheels with a low profile Pirelli tire. Of course, 5.0 emblem on the side here. And there's history with the Highway Patrol and the Mustangs utilizing the 5.0, and I think that's why we brought those back again. FHP very big on tradition and having the history with utilizing Mustang 5.0s in the past as part of our fleet. Pretty cool that we brought them back. Along the side here, the running board, 3 LED lights on the bottom here, again, for that visual component on the side here. Another side LED light here behind the glass. And lastly, for the side, one more circular LED at the very back end of the vehicle. Moving to the back of the car, we have the LED light bar here on the deck of the back windshield. Integrated strobe lights into the factory lighting. Blue LED lights surrounding the tag. Again, giving it that layer effect that we've talked about in the past. We got to have as much lighting as possible in an unmarked vehicle. As it is, it's already unmarked. So we try to get as much lighting as possible to assist with the safety of the troopers as well. All right, Nick, so let me show you the interior of the Mustang. Just gonna move it up a little bit here so we can have some more room. All right, Nick, so taking a look at the inside of the Mustang. Again, different layout to the traditional package for our equipment that you see as far as where things are placed. The radio is now placed on the side of the center console with the microphone for the radio here. Right here we have the microphone for the PA system. The computer stand, the printer is off here to the side. Right here we have a charger for our microphones, which work with our Panasonic camera system. This is actually a microphone that the troopers wear on their gun belt. Up top here, we have the Federal Signal Pathfinder light box, which really controls all of the lighting, the toggle for the 1, 2, and 3, the different tones, whether it's wail or yelp, which you've shown in previous videos in the sound of those. The 360-degree Panasonic camera system with a total of 5 cameras, front, back, each side, and 1 for the interior of the vehicle as well. Normally this one would be placed in the prisoner partition for the purpose of recording any arrestee, but because this vehicle is unique and it doesn't have a partition, it's just placed up front here. Another vehicle that's part of our aggressive driving enforcement fleet is the Charger, which we call the ghost car, which has a subdued and also unique decaling on the side. This is the only vehicle that we use this big state trooper across the side with the Highway Patrol here and the subdued insignia. Although it is subdued, it is still reflective at night. Again, so you still can tell that it is a police vehicle. It just doesn't stand out as much as the typical or traditional paint scheme that we utilize.
Let me know when you guys are ready. We're ready.
All right, LT, aggressive driving. Can you kind of like break it down what is aggressive driving and why it's important to try to curb it?
Yeah, so obviously the definition of aggressive driving is like the combination of at least two moving violations being committed by a driver, which could be something as driving in excess of speed limit, an improper lane change, following too closely, failure to yield the right of way. I mean, any combination of the two is the definition of aggressive driving. But if you ask me, I think it's really just it's those things that I just listed, those infractions, right? But it's really just driving with no really regard for the safety of other motorists around you. And I think that's really the biggest thing, is, and that's why we need to address it, because if you're driving a certain way and you're putting not only yourself in danger, you're putting other people in danger. I think that's what we need to be doing, is addressing those violations as police officers. That's our job.
How do you actually address that now?
A few ways of addressing it. Obviously, what we're showcasing today is our aggressive driving enforcement fleet vehicles.
Them 5.0s.
Yeah, it's really, it's not a car that typically or historically would be a police car, especially being unmarked. And what it does is it enables the trooper to witness these types of aggressive driving violations occurring more frequently, as opposed to a traditional marked
Black and tan, the black and tan.
The black and tan, which also serves a very important purpose out there on the road, a highly visible law enforcement presence, right, to deter aggressive driving.
Yeah.
But again, being in this unmarked car, these types of violations occur more frequently, and you get to witness that.
So the cars, what else?
Speed enforcement details, right? We can do this with utilizing our lasers. We can do this utilizing radars. We can do this utilizing even aircraft at times.
That's right.
But today what we're showcasing is our laser for the speed enforcement.
You're now in the second lane. White Tesla, 96.
So Police Vlogs is evolving, and as we go along, I'm making minor adjustments here and there. In this case, I did not have the trooper mic'd up. I realized afterwards I gotta fix this out. So out in the field, I fixed it later. But for this stop, Trooper Quintana let them know how fast they were going and let them off this time with a warning.
I got an 87 in the inside lane. It's going to be that silver Nissan SUV.
How you doing, sir? Triple Nine the Florida Patrol. The reason for the traffic stop, you're doing 87 and the 60.
But I don't know. I was not doing 86.
You were doing 87, sir.
I wasn't doing 87.
Okay. Do you have your driver license with you, the registration insurance?
Yeah, but I don't remember.
All right. Where are you heading to?
School?
School?
Yeah.
From where?
Homestead.
From Homestead?
From Homestead.
Okay. What school you go to? College?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll be right back, okay? Sorry?
I don't know what insurance.
Yeah, try if you can find it for me. I'll be right back.
Do you know what it looks like?
Insurance?
Yeah.
This is your first time you drive?
My first time in the spot.
Okay, so the insurance company, it should be a piece of paper that says information for the vehicle and insurance company. And to print out. I'm just gonna give you a warning, okay? The speed limit is 60. There's no doubt you're going 87, I'll tell you why. It's a laser, okay? It's not something that, it's a laser that points at a vehicle and it gives you the speed. At a exact vehicle. It's not like the radar where it's multiple vehicles and stuff like that, okay? But I need you to slow down. The speed limit is 60. Alright, be safe, man. Good luck at school.
I got an 85 inside lane. It's going to be a dark color Subaru. Passing you right there. 85.
What's that word? How you doing, man? Just running out with the patrol. The reason for the traffic stop, you're doing 85 and the 60.
Is it 60?
Yeah, 60 miles per hour zone.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I really thought it was like 70, 75 is usually the
Right.
zone.
So it's 60 in this area.
I swear I did not know this.
No problem. Do you have your driver license with you, the registration insurance? Just put the vehicle park because I don't want to roll forward. Thank you. Thank you. So, I'm just going to give you a warning. Guys, before the holidays, so we're not trying to let's slow down.
It's below 70.
Right. So yeah, it's 60 all the way up. Just a little further north, it becomes 65. But the max is 65. It's not 70. Okay.
It's not 70 anymore.
No, that's in 75. That is on 70 miles per hour. Okay.
Thank you so much.
So it's your warning. There's nothing to do. It's just a written warning. Okay.
Thank you, appreciate it.
You'll be safe. Have a good holidays.
Florida Highway Patrol. Reason I'm stopping you doing 93, speed limit is 60, doing 33 miles above the speed limit. Please see your driver's license, registration, insurance, please. All right, just do me a favor, sit tight, I'll be right back, all right? All right, sir, like I said, reason for the stop was the speed. You're doing 93, speed limit is 60, you're doing 33 miles above the speed limit. Once you exceed 30 over, it is criminal, it's a mandatory court date. However, I'm gonna cut your brake, I'm gonna give you a warning. Just be mindful of the speed limit sign, it is 60 miles an hour, okay? You have any questions for me? Hey, if you don't have any questions, go ahead, drive safe, okay? Right.
So a couple stops already, and I've noticed that not everyone's getting a ticket. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Honestly, that's one of the greatest, I think, powers that the troopers have is to be able to utilize their discretion, and because not every time is enforcement, meaning somebody, giving somebody a ticket. Sometimes education is going to be the best approach, and really explaining to people why we are out here enforcing the speed limit. Everybody's heard the phrase "speed kills." The percentage of crashes with fatalities are almost always confirmed that speeding was involved. So there's so many factors to it that some people don't understand, and we try to really explain that to people. The importance of us, number one, being out here, and number two is the importance of getting everybody to slow down.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How you doing? It's Trooper now with the Florida Highway Patrol. The reason I put you over for the move over. Do you know about the move over law? Anytime you see emergency vehicles on the side of the road, meaning law enforcement officers, fire rescue, tow trucks, any vehicle that has lights on the shoulder, you have to move over one lane. If you can't move over one lane because there's traffic going, it's not safe for you to move over, you have to slow down 20 miles under the speed limit, okay? And you failed to do so this time. Okay? Do you have your driver license with you, the registration insurance for the vehicle?
1697.
Pásala ahí.
Alright, so this is the registration and your driver license, okay? So this is going to be the citation for the move over. You get three options. You can go to court, and this is the court, and this is the phone number. You got 30 days to call the court and put the citation for a court subpoena, okay? You can pay it online. This is the website, and this is the amount, okay? Or you can do traffic school and get your appointment draw for your license, okay? Do you have any questions about the move over law? So any vehicle that has lights other than the shoulder, for emergency vehicles, okay, you have to move over. Now we understand that it's not always safe to move over, so in the given case, you have to slow down 20 miles on the speed limit, okay? All right, be safe, man.
So this stop a little different. The other ones were speeding. This one, move over.
Right.
Can you explain that?
Yeah, so the importance of it, obviously, the move over law was enacted a while back ago to really protect first responders and utility workers that are out there on the side of the road providing these critical services to motorists, whether it's helping somebody with a flat tire or responding to a crash scene or really anything. It was always, if you saw emergency lights, move over a lane. If you're unable to move over a lane, then reduce your speed to 20 miles an hour under the speed limit.
Can you reiterate that? What is the law? It is 2 things you must do.
Yeah. So when you see emergency lights up ahead, you have to vacate that lane that's immediately next to those lights. So move over a lane. Sometimes traffic doesn't allow you to move over, and we understand that. If you're not able to move over, then you have to reduce your speed to 20 miles an hour under the posted speed limit. As of July, there was some revisions to the law where the law actually states now that any vehicle that's parked on the side of the road, regardless of if it's an emergency vehicle or a utility vehicle or service vehicle, any vehicle that has their hazard lights on now, you also have to move over for those disabled vehicles as well.
Always educated here on police vlogs. That's it. So for this stop, the troopers were wrapping up a previous traffic stop when they noticed a dark-colored Nissan Maxima headed their way with window tints super dark. As Trooper Naranjo signaled the vehicle to pull over, the passenger put his window down, and that's when Trooper Naranjo smelt a strong odor of marijuana coming from inside the vehicle. Just with the window tints alone, they had enough probable cause to pull over the vehicle. Now you add the strong odor of marijuana and you start investigating to find out what's going on with this vehicle. Now there was a lot of arguments in the comment section last video that we did with the Florida Highway Patrol in regards to having medical marijuana in your possession. People were saying that it's not criminal, yada, 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 so on and so forth. Now, having marijuana and smoking marijuana in your vehicle are 2 different things. Now, let's use the analogy of having alcohol. I can legally buy alcohol and transport it to my house or wherever, but if I open up that alcohol and have a drink inside my vehicle, well, now I'm breaking the law. So, while legally possessing marijuana is one thing, driving and smoking marijuana is another thing. Guys, look at those tints. As the trooper enters the vehicle, he disappears. His whole upper body disappears. Now, if this was a normal windshield, I should be able to see the trooper going in and out through the front of the windshield. In this case, you can't. Now, when you flip to the inside of the vehicle, this is midday. You can barely see outside that windshield. Now, I mentioned something about this in the Miccosukee PD traffic unit, so if you guys want, you can go watch a little bit more into detail. But I'll just sum it up by saying, if that's the way it looks during the day, well, guess how it looks at night. So anybody wearing dark colored clothing or maybe a dark vehicle is practically going to be invisible to that car. So that's why it's so dangerous to have that front windshield tinted like that. So as you notice, there's a lot going on with this traffic stop. You have the dark tints, you have the odor of marijuana. At one point, they noticed the VIN looks a little off, and there was some things about the vehicle maybe being painted in the past or something going on. So the troopers decided to confirm that digital VIN by plugging into the computer and to make sure that everything matches up. There was some issues with the computer reader there, so they went and continued their investigation, and after that, everything checked out. So they continue on with the other variables of the traffic stop. So that's how the investigatory process kind of happens on the side of the road. You have different things that you investigate and you continue moving on. If everything checks out, you move on to the next one and on to the next one and on to the next one until you're done and complete. And whatever didn't check out, well, that's when the charges come accordingly.
So the troopers had just conducted that previous traffic stop. Traffic began to get a little bit congested here on the roadway. So while stationary, the troopers observed a black Nissan sedan with an extremely dark tint on the front windshield, which was, they were unable to see anything inside of the car. They signaled the vehicle to pull over, made contact with the driver, There was a strong odor of marijuana emitting from the interior of the vehicle. Upon that initial contact, the troopers asked the driver or any of the occupants if they had a medical marijuana card. The passenger did say he did have a medical marijuana card, however, he was unable to produce it. The occupants were asked to exit the vehicle, and there was a hand search that was conducted on the vehicle. The search revealed marijuana in the vehicle. There was an open container of tequila in the vehicle. When they conducted the records check of the driver, it revealed that he had a suspended driver's license and that the vehicle had a seize tag order. Typically that means that because of the license suspension, the state ordered that seize tag order, or because there wasn't the proper vehicle insurance on the car. So the state orders a seize tag order to make sure that that vehicle's not on the roadway again until that those issues are corrected. If you do have a medical marijuana card that was issued to you by a certified physician and you are in the database for medical marijuana, then you can absolutely have your marijuana legally. However, you cannot smoke marijuana in your vehicle, in which both occupants admitted to doing to earlier in the day. Number two, when you're doing it legally through a medical marijuana card, through a physician, that is labeled in a certain way and packaged in a certain way, which meets federal standards. There has to be the dosage of the marijuana, the weight of the marijuana, the name of the physician that certified that, the dispensary that it's coming from. All of this has to be clearly labeled in the proper packaging. And as you can see, this was in a just Ziploc bags with a permanent marker writing on it. Obviously clear violations of the law, and that's why we did take possession of it, and they were charged accordingly.
In the second lane, you're gonna have an Acura blue and color passing you there at 87. It's up ahead on you in the second lane. It's a blue Acura, 87.
Don't leave it, the video's not over. I'm about to ask Lieutenant Camacho one of the biggest questions that we get asked as police officers. But before that, I wanted to let you know that there's gonna be tons of content coming out on this channel before the end of the year. That's right, we got that wheeling trip that we went on, and we got a new police car episode headed your way. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and don't forget to leave those comments down below, because later on, we're gonna be circling back with those officers that I rode with in the past to answer all your questions. You might even get a shout out on that new series coming out. So, what's the ticket quota for today? Is that a thing?
No.
No, right?
Mythbusters. Busted.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so
not a thing.
No such thing. There is no ticket quota.
It's illegal. It's unethical. We don't do that.
Okay. Well, you see, that's something that a lot of times people write it down in the comments, or there's a myth that goes out, but...
Or the end of the month thing, it's the end of the month. I've always heard, I never understood it, but no, there's no such thing as quotas. We do not have quotas. We are not mandated to write a certain amount of tickets. We don't do that, no.
All right. There it is, guys. I asked tough questions on police vlogs. Big shout out to Florida Highway Patrol for showcasing that awesome aggressive driving fleet. Shout out to my boy Lieutenant Camacho, and to the rest of the troopers. Be safe out there, and I'll see you when I see you. And if I don't see you, well, then I'll see you.
Try to catch me howling at the moon.
He was unable to